That's the intro. My brother-in-law dropped off this BMW. I last saw this car when I was 21, 22. 10 years ago. Yeah, now. Car. But my brother-in-law dropped off this E46. I last saw this car like 10 years ago and it was immaculate. This was the absolute pride and joy of my brother-in-law. And he left this car for like the last 3-4 years, just sat around. He didn't want to sell it and he's kept it outdoors and it's turned into quite shit. But let's have a walk around and I'll show you all the issues we're dealing with. It's a 6-cylinder E46 325 Ci, 2004 facelift. So it's actually a pretty decent car to start off with. Coupe, 6-speed manual, it's got all the stuff you want. Number one, it's been sat outside for 3 years, so the paintwork in general is pretty bad, ingrained, dirty, whatever. We've got a lot of moss, we've got a lot of leaves, we've got a lot of perished rubber going on here, literally just falling apart. We've got a random bullet hole from southeast London. We've got a lot of ingrained moss, a lot of dirt in the corners, the crevices, condensation on the inside. This car has really gone downhill in the last few years. So the plan for today is to clean it up. We're going to detail this and I'm going to show you the steps on how you can make this look 90% better in just a day using some basic products from the Sam's detailing range. Let's go.
Shop with me.
Right. First things first, we're going to tackle the pre-wash side of things. Now, because the dirt is so ingrained and so poor, I'm going to use both snow foam and citrus pre-wash. That's the pre-wash sorted. I've got a snow foam lamps out there. Exterior brush set, that's what we're going to use to tackle all the trim. Iron reactor, liquid decontamination. For the wheels, I'm just going to use wheel and tyre cleaner.
You're not very good at that, are you?
No, we're going to need some shampoo. Do we go wash mitt or do we go wash pad? I prefer pad. Let's go pad. In clay, you have two different options. You can either use a clay mitt or you can use a clay bar. Clay mitts are so much better, in my opinion, so much faster to use. Clay bar's quite traditional. You can do a car in about an hour. This one, 10 minutes, we can clay the entire car with the shampoo bucket. Easy peasy, modern technology.
Never heard that saying before.
After the drying towel, 3-in-1 polish, polishing sponge, edgeless microfiber, and a glass microfiber with some glass cleaner. I feel like we need some final protection once we've done all the hard work. Should we go for a spray wax or should we go for a signature wax? I'm gonna go spray wax. We'll use a spray wax to finish it off.
Do you want a free air freshener, love?
I'm alright. That
sure?
TV ain't worth it.
I'll bring it to car for you, love, don't worry. Customer service. Let's get our goodies on here. Now you're probably thinking, these are extremely good looking, simple detailing products. And you'd be right. No? Okay. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with citrus pre-wash. Now this is pretty bad condition, this paintwork. So I'm going to go pretty strong on the ratio. I'm going to go 1-to-1. So that means I'm going to cut it 50%. And obviously if you've got a wax or you've got ceramic coating or you've got a spray sealant, anything like that, don't go too strong on the dilution. Stick to 1-to-4, stick to 1-to-8 and let the coating do the work. In this situation, we haven't got any protection on the car. We've got nothing. We've just got dirt, mold, moss, algae. I'm gonna hit it with 50% concentration and try and melt as much as I can off. So I'm gonna use our mixer bottle, which has got the little dilution ratios on the side. I'm gonna go 50%, so just follow the little 50%. Or you can just use maths and do 100 ml of water to 100 ml of chemical. Whatever you want to do, just get it diluted correctly into the bottle. Right, the plan is spray this all over the paintwork, let it sit, blast it off and see what we're left with. Let's do this, let's start. the wheels first, isn't it? Kicking things off with our wheel and tyre cleaner, acid free, very safe, it's alkaline, it's strong, it will rip off all the dirt on the tyre face. We want to get the product onto the face, but the most important thing is to make sure when you're applying it to the wheel, also apply it to the tyre. You see all this brown junk, we want to remove that off the tyre face. If you do not clean the tyre, you'll end up applying tyre shine onto this dirt, and your tyre shine will not last as long and it will come off in a couple of days. So apply it to the tyre, apply it to the wheel all over, get a nice even layer over the tyre as much as you want. Use our tyre brush and scrub the wheel, scrub the tyre, sorry. Get all that dirt off, look at it turning brown, disgusting. You see all that dirt, a lot of people forget to remove this. And that's when they face issues. Get a flexi brush, get a microfiber brush, get one of these brushes, whatever brush you want, even a wash mitt, go over the wheel. You'll find that the actual chemical will rip a lot of the dirt off. So the actual work you need to do towards cleaning it is not so much. Beautiful. What are you doing? Right, so now we're going to do some citrus pre-wash all over the bodywork. Try and loosen as much of that ingrained dirt as we can. Nice coverage. Oh, that's the main one, isn't it? So I've got the citrus pre-wash on the paintwork. Now this should eat away at the grime, and it should be a little bit more efficient than snow foam because the chemical isn't aerated and mixed with water as it comes out. So citrus pre-wash has a bit more bite to it as it lands on the paintwork, and it should really rip through that dirt and grime that we're looking to do before we hit it with snow foam and brushes. But let's see how this does first. Right, so the citrus pre-wash has not done what I was hoping for it to do. There's a lot more ingrained dirt on the paintwork and under these arches here that I thought there would be. So I'm gonna have to jack this up and we're gonna have to tackle this a bit more hands-on, which is gonna mean I'm gonna need one more person. Right, so this is Alistair. You've probably seen him on some of our stories recently. He is our resident detailer here at Sam's Detailing, and he's gonna help me tackle this BMW and hopefully make it go a lot quicker.
That's right.
Right, so fortunately on an E46 the inner arches are made of plastic. So that means it's pretty easy for us. We just need a wheel bucket, a bit of wheel soap, and of course our wheel arch brush, and it should be pretty easy to scrub that clean and get it all looking nice and nifty. So we're gonna get a bit of citrus pre-wash on the inner arches. So on the rear arch, it's quite a lot more muddy, so I'm going to hit it with some citrus pre-wash and then snow foam, just to loosen up that mud, and then give it a good scrub, and in theory a lot of black gunk should come out. So as you can see, there's a lot of caked mud and grit. This is basically everything that I'll call rust on your car. So the chemical wasn't going to touch it, you're actually going to have to go hands-on to remove this. It's literally caked in there. So I'm just going to re-go over with some citrus pre-wash, clean out the brush. My brush is also ruined. Yeah, this is why you need to frequently clean your arches. Right, so the next job for the E46 is to go over with some snow foam. So I've got my snow foam and I've got my lance. I'm going to dilute 200 ml of chemical to 800 ml of water, and we will also probably run across with some citrus pre-wash on our little detailing brush and get into all the nooks and crannies so we can get rid of all the ingrained dirt out of all these small places before we hit it with the main contact wash. Next on the agenda is to detail the engine bay. We'll go over with some citrus pre-wash, a bit of snow foam, work the brushes and make it look a bit nice and a bit more presentable. Not going for a full detail, but we're going to make it look a lot better. Truly the best tool to use on an engine bay. It properly gets into like this bit, it'll go straight in. You'll never be able to do that with a normal flag tip brush or something. Flexi brushes are literally the best for this type of thing, and you can reach right in as well. So after some intermittent issues with the pressure washer, we're back. Time for the shampoo stage. So a bit of shampoo, we've got the 2 buckets, a wash bucket and the rinse bucket. Take some of our shampoo, dunk it in. It's not enough. Get a bit of shampoo into the wash bucket and let's get this car sorted. Already mixed the bucket, but everyone's complaining that it wasn't good enough. The question is, was it worth it? Absolutely not. Right, so here we're doing the classic 2 bucket method. That means we've got 2 buckets. We've got the wash bucket and the rinse bucket. That way we're not doing any cross-contamination between the buckets. And generally, I tend to go panel by panel and then rinse submit each time. flame reactor is on the paintwork, and that is now dissolving the fallout or the contamination on the paintwork. You can see there's quite a bit on this car, and you can see it literally dripping purple down, and it's quite important to do this step because if we don't get rid of as much contamination as possible now, it will clog up our polishing pads later on when we come to machine polish. So this and the clay bar is a perfect combination to clean up the paintwork before going into that polishing stage. Right, time to move on to the next stage of the detail. We brought it inside so we can clay and polish the paintwork. Now, I've got one of these handy paint thickness gauges that tells me how thick the paint is, if it's original, and if there's filler, and if it's had repaint. This will give us a better idea what we're dealing with and how much we can cut back during the polishing stage. All you got to do is take the device onto the paintwork, and it tells you the reading. So in this case, we've got 114 microns, and it tells us the paint layer is original. Now, if we were to see a reading of 600, 700, we would know that it has been resprayed in the past. 73, it's getting quite thin here. 89, 84, 53. If we look at our measurement history, we're pretty much consistent throughout the entire guard. Got some low points, but that's where we were experimenting with the little rust patches. But we're pretty much consistent, 180, 110, 107. Very, very consistent report. So this vehicle has had absolutely no paintwork, nothing whatsoever. So it means we have to be extra careful, and this lacquer is going to be quite hard. So like normally I'm like a super advocate of using a clay mix because I think it's just faster, modern technology is just so much better. But in this situation, because the paintwork is so bad, we got original paintwork and it's honestly that bad, and the polishing is going to be quite involved, I think we're going to go for a clay bar instead. Listen, it's like sandpaper quite literally. So clay bar this, get all the contamination out of it, and then we'll go in with a machine polish.
Now it's time to slay and clay.
So as we pick up contamination, you just fold the clay lube in half and get yourself a fresh side. That is pretty bad. That's on the lower half. After we've played it, perfectly smooth. Right, so we've clayed the vehicle, it's nice and smooth, and now we can have a real good look at the defects we're dealing with on the paintwork. So, before we start taping it up, let's just go around the car and have a look at what we're dealing with here. The swirl marking on this car is quite heavy. So on the upper half of the car, it's not so bad. But as soon as you come down to the lower bits, we get a lot more swirling, a lot more like dull paintwork. And this is just from years and years of hand car washes, really. And again, it's all original paint. And you saw me do that with the PTG, the paint depth gauge. All original paint is just extremely, extremely scratched, oxidized and dull and just not very nice. So a 3-stage polish will bring this up quite nicely. It's just gonna be a lot of work and a lot of polishing. So yeah, time to crack on. So as you can see, we've got a nice, lovely little 50-50 here that we're doing for some social media content. But that is it. We pretty much polished the majority of the vehicle. We ended up doing 2 stages. Because it's an E46 and the lack's really hard from this era of BMWs, we had to go for a cutting pad and a aggressive cutting polish to remove as much dirt, oxidization and scratches as we could. And then we've refined with a medium pad and a refining polish. So we got away with 2 stages, didn't really have to do the 3rd stage, kind of made a decision that it wasn't needed because the 2nd stage was doing enough refinement and really brought out a huge amount of gloss. So as you can see, the car looking good, looking fresh. Obviously there's a limit on what we can do. There's no paint here, so we had to avoid that area. We've got a big rust hole here, so again, we had to avoid the area. But overall, it looks much, much cleaner, much more fresher. So that's the polishing stage almost done, apart from that half bonnet. And then we're gonna move on to adding this lovely new coating, which does not have a label on it because it's not released yet. This is a product, a sealant. It's a 12-month coating that we're going to be releasing in the next couple of months. Super excited about it, really easy to use. And it's a good 12-month coating. But for now, this is gonna be the first time it's going onto an actual prepped car. So super excited for that to see how nicely it goes on. But yeah, just need to do that half the bonnet and then we can crack on with that sealant. Okay, so as I explained earlier, we're going to be using our new sealant, which is being launched in a couple of months, and I thought this is a perfect opportunity to apply it and show you how easy this 12-month coating is. Now, it's not a ceramic coating, it's a polymer-based sealant, super dual, super tough. All you need to do is have an applicator handy, the sealant, and a buffing microfiber. And applying it is super simple. It's as easy as applying spray wax. Apply it onto the microfiber, nice even coating on the paintwork, and then buff it off immediately and don't let it get wet for 24 hours. Bloody hell, that was quite easy, wasn't it? Very happy with that product. It's gonna be launched in a couple of months. If that, revolutionary. A very long detail. Took us about 2 weeks to do because we got busy in between. But no, we managed to get it all sorted. As I said, 2-stage polish, followed up by that new sealant, which I'm going to show you what the beading is like right now. Oh, that is tight. To say how easy that was to apply yesterday, to chuck it on there, and now it's that is good, isn't it?